Hello and welcome back. Firstly, sorry for the delay. We are here with the next episode of the Medali Teracast. With me, as always, is Darian. Say hello.
Hello.
And we're going to get right into it with our pack opening. Today, we're going to talk about episode 4 of Pokemon Horizons, which is by far the most fun out of the 4, in my opinion. That. Flip this over.
Code card for later.
Starting off with that fighting energy.
Okay.
And then we got Silicobra.
Okay.
I might have gotten one of these. Or you might have got one of these. Got Bisharp. Should be nice if I can get a King Gambit. Okay. Apparently we're mono fighting today. Here's Riolu. Okay. There we go. Got a Go-Goat. Oh, look. I got Katie.
Katie.
I got Katie. A Staraptor. Looking nice. Electric Generator. Nest Ball. It's the first holo.
Reverse. All right.
We got a Squirtle.
Oh, it's one of those art cards like the Fido I got last week.
Nice. Nice. And then we got a Slowbro at the end. It's kind of awkward.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Nice. Good pulls today.
All right. And it's for the third straight week in a row. We have another type parallel. You had fighting energy. I got dark.
Nice.
Dark. We have Dolive. Oh, hold on. Dolive right there.
Love Dolive.
Love Dolive indeed. We have Quaxley.
Nice.
You get Bisharp, I get Ponyard. We have the Judge of
Something.
whatever. We have Floatzel.
Nice.
We have a Team Star Grunt right here.
Nice. I wonder if we'll see him in the anime.
We have the Energy Switch, which is the first of the holos.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Cacturn, which is the second one. And then finally, not bad. We don't like this Pokemon in the meta game, but we have a holographic Dondozo.
Yeah, that's
which is actually one of the other promo cards. And speaking of which, that third pack comes with this. If I can find it. Oh yeah. Since it was like a little pack of 3, it comes with an extra code card and a sparkly Arcanine.
Oh, nice.
So
we'll take it.
That is not bad. Free Arcanine. We'll
All right.
Throw this into a sleeve later, and we'll keep these code cards for after.
All right. So we have finally our introduction to Roy. We are off the coast of Kanto now, so not quite Paldea yet, but they are heading there, which makes me think that it'll be a decent episode structure, just like a full arc of them getting to Paldea, since we're still in Kanto. I wonder what that will mean for the rest of this opening arc of the show, if they're gonna maybe head to Johto, Hoenn, some other regions on the way. We also got to see where Roy lives in general. There's like a village with an elder, and I'm assuming the elder's his grandpa because he's been talking about his grandpa all throughout. But as we saw in the episode, Roy's daily life usually consists of him running around the island and attending online school, which is, I think, a really good plus for him since he lives on an island nobody seems to visit often. He's also confirmed that there are no Pokemon trainers. However, his grandpa did pass on to him that ancient ball that we've seen in the promo art. And that's about all that we know. He managed to meet Hogator this episode. The what's Hogator's English name? I forgot.
Fuecoco.
The Fuecoco that is on the Burning Asagi. I asked Darian, you think it's going to be the same one? And it turns out, yeah, the Hogator that he binds to is the same one that was on the Burning Asagi, part of the Rising Volteckers. So he already has a reason to be there. In the next episode, according to the preview, he's going to meet up with them once again, and they're going to go on a little adventure together. So it looks like after episode 5, we're going to have Roy and Lee go together with the Rising Volteckers going off to the next location. All right, so what were your initial thoughts on this episode, Darian?
It wasn't a too bad of an episode. It was like you said, spurred on the Fuecoco. He actually took a slide off of the ship. Um,
That slide was
and fell.
wild.
Yeah, he slid off the ship, and then we found a couple things there. Of course, he didn't get to eat his food, so he caused a little trouble and ate like a stash that was hidden by a group of Pokemon, and they weren't very happy about it. But
Oh, yeah.
it was nice to finally get to meet Roy, see what he was about, and we also learned that whenever Fuecoco sings its song, it doesn't like it likes to be alone, but it
Right.
actually really warmed up to Roy so much it actually sang around him. So they got a nice little bond going. So we'll
Yeah, that's
see
pretty
how
good.
those two interact. But like I said, nothing too crazy. We also found out that the explorers have a bit of a hierarchy now instead of just those three. We're
Just
starting to
those
learn
three.
more about their higher up members.
Hmm.
They were talking to someone and they mentioned a Master Gideon, who may be
Yeah.
the leader behind it all. So, of course, still early days.
Hmm.
Liko learning more information that she didn't know, like, oh, you're the Frida's the
Freed is a
professor. And she's
professor,
like,
apparently. Yeah.
I had no idea
The
about
man
that.
just never
Once
talks about
again,
things.
he's a very secretive
He
individual.
needs
But
therapy. He needs to open
overall,
up.
it was a fine episode. Fried and Charizard come and save the day afterwards with
Yeah, as
some
usual.
weird ninja moves. But
Oh yeah. So to resolve this episode's main issue, which was the forest Pokemon being angry, Freed and Cap just sort of run up to them, and they had like a bunch of Caterpie, a bunch of Weedle. They were throwing string shots trying to catch them, and they just start doing flips. I'm saying this for the audience. They just start doing flips, and eventually the Pokemon just wrapped themselves up, and he gave them all berries, and then they were okay. But I think something that was really interesting is that even though the Pokemon were no longer angry, Liko and Roy made up for Fuecoco and brought them a whole new stash of berries, which I think was nice. Uh,
yeah,
the few things that I was really pumped for with this episode, the first was the fact that, like I said in the previous reviews, Roy is going to be our more traditional protagonist, even though he's not going to be the main character. They're definitely going to have that Ash Go type of role with each other. And I think that it's always going to be good having a character like him around, because even in this episode we had Liko doing her signature, like, what the heck is going on here, what do I do? And it's great. I like the fact that we have this nice dichotomy between the two characters, to where they can sort of complete each other, similar to how Ash and Go did in the previous season. I also think it's funny that we're only just now hearing that Fried is a professor. Perhaps that's why Pikachu's the captain, Darian, because
yeah,
Freed's role on the ship is being professor. That
that
makes
would make a lot of
a
sense.
lot
Yeah,
more
that would make
sense now,
sense.
actually. Like, he might be the leader, but his role on the ship isn't was never the captain. So why speak to the captain? Because Freed's a professor. So I guess that makes sense. Again, this is my favorite of the episodes. I always love episodes where you actually get that duo finally. I remember the early Go and Ash episodes and Journeys. Go was always very mean to Ash. He put him down a lot because he didn't really think that he needed to connect to people. And then eventually, when he opens up to Ash, we have these great episodes of the two of them palling around, encouraging each other, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is core to the Pokemon narrative. It's been very heavily built upon since Gen 3 and Gen 4, especially Gen 4 in the Japanese. They even, like, the openings talk about how Dawn and Ash create this like really strong bond that helps them push each other along. So that's a very massive part of the anime, especially the Japanese anime. So I'm pretty pumped to see what else comes from this new duo that we have, especially because they're all completely new characters. There's no Ash, and that's probably the main reason why we're watching this. All right, anything else, Darian?
No, you pretty much did everything there. I am curious of what we know Fried is a professor. I want to know what he studies because we don't
Yeah,
really know
yeah.
anything about that either. So if he's not the captain, what does he do on the ship all day? Does he kind of just
Yeah.
keep an eye on things? But I want to see if what kind of things he studies. He does seem more battle oriented,
He studies those
but we'll have to
hands.
see what kind of we'll have to see what hopefully we'll learn more about what his role
You
as a
know what?
professor.
I think we already figured that out, actually, because remember, like, this is like the Paldean arc of the anime, and treasure's a
Yeah.
really big thing, and he's going around the world. So maybe he's a professor that studies like like Pokemon treasure, which
Yeah.
is why
Okay.
he wanted
That's
Liko in the first place. So I'm sure when he sees that ancient ball, he'll be like, "Yo, bro, you're coming with me. Get in the van."
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably why
he's
he sticks
probably
around. But we'll see what happens in the next
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, definitely great development. And you were talking about Amethio talking to the rest of the explorers. We also find out that they have a submarine, which is, again, very Rocket esque. I really like that. But unlike the weird like pedal Magikarp ship that Team Rocket has. They just have a straight up black
Yeah.
submarine. So it's gonna be really cool to see what more develops for the Explorers, like you said. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, Darren. Anything else before we close out?
No. I think we're set.
Okay.
I got nothing else to
Got
be
nothing
honest.
else. Yeah, yeah. Definitely the plot's picking up now that we have both of our protagonists in the mix, and yeah, we're just looking forward to it. Anime's still going great. We do recommend that you try and find out how you can locally and ethically source these episodes. And until next time, hope you take care. Say bye, Darian.
Goodbye.